Some loves change more than hearts. They change the world. From palaces to laboratories, from revolution to art, these are five extraordinary partnerships that shaped our history. A queen and her prince who redefined monarchy. A couple who revolutionized science. Two founders of a nation. Two artists who painted with passion. And an emperor whose grief created wonder. These aren't just love stories. They're the moments when love itself made history. The Queen's Heart, Victoria and Albert. It began like a fairy tale, a young queen who had to propose to her prince. But the love story of Victoria and Albert would reshape not just the British monarchy, but the very meaning of marriage in the modern world. 1839. Queen Victoria, aged 20, welcomed her cousin Prince Albert to Windsor Castle. Within 5 days, she'd proposed. "My heart is quite going," she wrote in her diary. This wasn't just politics. This was love. Their wedding changed history. Victoria chose white, starting a tradition that brides still follow today. But it was what came after that truly set them apart. Together, they modernized the monarchy. Albert, once dismissed as a foreign prince, became Britain's driving force for change. The Great Exhibition of 1851, housed in the magnificent Crystal Palace, was his crowning achievement. Victoria. He is so kind, so attentive. He has the greatest, most extraordinary love for me. 9 children followed, and their family became Europe's royal family tree. From Christmas trees to family photographs, they created traditions we still cherish today. But in 1861, tragedy struck. Albert died at just 42. Victoria, devastated, wrote, "My life as a happy one is ended. The world is gone for me." For 40 years she wore black, earning the title Widow of Windsor. Yet their love story lived on, reshaping the monarchy into what we know today, not just a symbol of power, but of family, duty, and enduring love. Love and radiation. Marie and Pierre Curie. Paris, 1894. In a city of artists and dreamers, 2 scientists were about to begin a partnership that would change our understanding of the universe itself. This is the story of Marie and Pierre Curie, a love affair of hearts and minds. Marie Sklodowska arrived from Poland with nothing but a dream of studying science. At the Sorbonne, she met Pierre Curie, a brilliant physicist who saw something remarkable in the determined young student. An equal. In a leaky shed that served as their laboratory, the newlyweds began their dance with the invisible. Working side by side, they discovered 2 new elements, polonium and radium, unlocking the mysteries of radioactivity, a term Marie herself invented. Their partnership defied the conventions of their time. When the Nobel Committee wanted to honor only Pierre, he refused to accept unless Marie was recognized as his equal. Together, they became Nobel laureates in 1903. But their story took a tragic turn in 1906. Pierre was killed in a street accident, leaving Marie devastated. Yet from this tragedy, her determination only grew stronger. She became the Sorbonne's first female professor, taking Pierre's position. In 1911, she won a second Nobel Prize, becoming the only person to win in 2 scientific fields. During World War I, she developed mobile X-ray units, saving countless soldiers' lives. The Curie's legacy lives on in every hospital's radiation unit, in every cancer treatment center. Their love story didn't just change science, it changed our world. 2 brilliant minds, united by love, curiosity, and the courage to see the invisible. Dearest friend, a revolutionary love story. John and Abigail Adams. Over 1,100 letters tell the story of a love that helped build America. This is the tale of John and Abigail Adams, a partnership that changed history. In the quiet town of Weymouth, Massachusetts, 1762, a young lawyer from nearby Braintree met his fate. John Adams was 27, ambitious and serious. Abigail Smith was 17, the quick-witted daughter of the local congregational minister. Despite his early reluctance to marry, her sharp mind and charm proved irresistible. They married in 1764 at Abigail's family home, the Smith Parsonage. Their partnership would last 54 years and produce 6 children, including a future president. As revolution erupted across the colonies, John joined the fight for independence. From their farmhouse in Braintree, today's Quincy, Abigail managed their 40-acre farm, raised their children, and even melted down their spoons to make bullets. Abigail, my dearest friend, should I draw you the picture of my heart, it would be what I hope you still would love, though it contained nothing new. The early possession you obtained there, and the absolute power you have ever maintained over it, leaves not the smallest space unoccupied. John, I long to hear from you. The imaginable get-togethers we may have in future are my greatest happiness. Her bold words to John in 1776, remember the ladies and be more generous and favorable to them than your ancestors, challenged the very foundations of American democracy long before women could vote. From their beloved Peacefield home to the White House, as America's second president and first lady, they faced the challenges of a young democracy together. The story that began in a small Massachusetts town helped forge a nation. John and Abigail Adams showed us that true partnership knows no bounds of time or convention. The elephant and the dove. Frida and Diego. Mexico City, 1929. They called them the elephant and the dove. He, the giant of Mexican murals. She, the fierce young painter with fire in her soul. This is the story of Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera, a love that burned so bright it sometimes burned them both. She first met him while he painted murals, this giant of art, 20 years her senior. The young art student demanded his opinion on her paintings. In her boldness, Diego found his match. In her art, he saw revolution. Frida. There have been 2 great accidents in my life. One was the streetcar, the other was Diego. Diego was by far the worst. Their home, La Casa Azul, became the heart of Mexico's artistic revolution. While Diego painted massive murals of workers' struggles, Frida turned her pain into paintings that would change art forever. They were opposites in every way. His murals reached to the sky, her canvases intimate as diary pages. Yet together, they created a new vision of Mexican art that would shake the world. Love, betrayal, divorce, reunion. Their passion was as colorful as their art. They separated, only to remarry a year later. Neither could live without the other, despite the pain they caused. Diego. Too late now, I realize that the most wonderful part of my life has been my love for Frida. Frida died in 1954, but their story lives on, in every rebel artist, in every passionate love, in every heart that dares to paint its pain in colors bright enough to change the world. The Eternal Promise, a love set in stone, Agra, India. Here stands humanity's greatest monument to love, the Taj Mahal. But before this marvel in marble, there was a prince who made an extraordinary promise to his beloved, 1607. Prince Khurram, later known as Shah Jahan, saw Arjumand Banu Begum in a marketplace. Though betrothed to another, he was captivated. 5 years later, she became his bride, his Mumtaz Mahal, the jewel of the palace. Unlike most royal marriages, theirs was a true partnership. Mumtaz traveled with her emperor to war, advised him in court, and bore him 14 children. In an age of political marriages, they found real love. But in 1631, tragedy struck. Mumtaz died giving birth to their last child. Shah Jahan's grief was so profound, they say his hair turned white overnight. In his anguish, he made an extraordinary vow. For 22 years, 20,000 artisans labored to fulfill his promise, the Taj Mahal. Every detail perfect, every angle precise, its white marble selected to glow pink at dawn, pearl white at noon, and golden in moonlight. Yet fate wasn't finished with Shah Jahan. His own son imprisoned him in Agra Fort, where he spent his final years gazing at his creation through a window. His last wish? To be buried beside his beloved Mumtaz. Today, they rest together beneath the dome of the world's most beautiful tomb, a promise of eternal love written not in words, but in marble and stone. 5 couples, 5 legacies, From Victoria and Albert's royal revolution to Marie and Pierre's scientific dedication. From John and Abigail's letters of liberty to Frida and Diego's artistic passion. From Shah Jahan's marble tribute to his beloved Mumtaz. Each story unique, yet each teaching us the same truth, that when love meets purpose, the impossible becomes possible. Their monuments still stand today, in stone and science, in art and democracy, in the very fabric of our world. These aren't just stories of the past, they're promises of what love can still achieve. If you enjoyed these stories of history's greatest loves, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell to join us on more journeys through time, where we bring history's most extraordinary stories to life. Share this video with someone you love.